Okay, folks, we're going to be making a cylinder, and it's going to look something like this, where the diameter is 4 centimeters and the height is 6 centimeters. Okay, so we need to know the circumference. What we're going to do is we're going to unroll this cylinder, and you're going to get this big long rectangle where the height is going to be 6, but the width is going to be the same as the perimeter of the base, the circumference. Okay, so this is the perimeter of the base, which is the circumference, which is 2 times pi times radius, or pi times diameter. So circumference is pi times the diameter, which is pi times 4. And so pi times 4 is 12.566. Now, I don't think I can get to 12.56 accurately, but I'm going to write that 12.57, so, pretty close to 12.55, just a little smidgen over. Okay, because the 0.5, that's like 0.5 millimeters. And then you're going to go to, maybe you can get accurately to the next 0.5, of a millimeter, but that's about it. Okay, so 5.7 millimeters is what we're saying. All right, so I'm going to draw that rectangle very carefully using my ruler. So here's the beginning, and 12.5, okay, and maybe here is 12.55, I guess. I certainly can't get accurate enough to get to 12.57, but this is going to be the length. Okay, now I need to make a height of 6, and I need to be extremely accurate with that. So you can use a protractor, you can use a set square. I'm going to use a set square and a nice ruler. Okay, and this will be 90 degrees. Now I need that to be 6 centimeters long. Okay, so I drew a line that went a little bit longer than 6, and there's my 6. Okay, I can do the same on the other side. Use my set square and a ruler. Okay, that's probably it. Actually, I'm going to come back here and use the edge here like that. So take your time and be perfect. Okay. Now, if this is 90 degrees, then this length between should be 12.5 and a half, and it is. Okay, I'm going to measure my 6 centimeters this way. Okay, and make sure that this is your 12.55. No, it's not quite. It's a little bit off. Okay. Then I need to make my 2 circles. Now you can attach them. The only problem with that is they're going to attach at an infinitely small point. So it's probably not worth the trouble of attaching. But the diameter is 4 centimeters, so the radius is going to be 2 centimeters. So I'm going to adjust my compass to 2 centimeters. Okay, and double check, make sure it's exactly 2 centimeters. So make a little arc and measure, from a starting point, measure that is 2 centimeters, and it is. Okay. So I start with the pencil on one of the edges of my shape. And this can be anywhere along this shape. It doesn't have to be, they don't have to be symmetrical. Okay, now I just have to cut that out. So I'm going to use some scissors. So I'm going to cut, my first cut is going to be pretty close, but I'm going to do a second cut to do all the fine work. Okay, so I've cut out around it. And so, you're not seeing that. You want to go very slowly on the lines. And be as careful as possible. Okay, and whenever you have big chunks to take out, just do the rough work first, and then you can get closer to the line that you want to cut to. So I'm just doing the rough cutting. Oh, yeah, that's not happening. I might have to use an X-Acto knife. Okay. And there we go. So we fully cut out our shape. Now we want to, I'm just going to bend the circles down. Okay, now to bend this shape. Now the problem is, if you go to bend it, it will bend in a whole bunch of weird straight lines that you don't want. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the edge of my desk here. I'm just going to take it onto the edge of my desk, and I'm going to run it over the edge of my desk, bending it a little bit as I run over the edge of the desk. I'm going to repeat that over and over again. And that's going to introduce a curve. Okay, and if I keep doing that until I get my cardboard down to about 90 degrees, okay, and that will make the cardboard a little weaker, that's true, but it will then bend. And it'll bend uniformly. You see how that's bending? Okay, and if you do it right, your cardboard, the length of your cardboard should be exactly, now I have a little part, okay, and we're trying to make it as perfect as we can. Like that. Okay. I might even tape it on the inside here. Okay. And then I'm going to tape this across the top, like that, and like that. All right. And for that, I'm going to use a whole bunch of little tiny pieces of tape. Okay, and when taping the top on, you want to be very careful to make sure that there are no overlaps. Okay, that what we're doing is, see how this is overlapped here? There's a little out where it sticks out. You push that in and then tape it down. Okay, so I'm starting off with 4 pieces of tape, and I'll just keep going all the way around until it's all taped up. Okay, but use small little pieces of tape, and it's less likely to look like a tape factory exploded. Okay, and so that's one side. And now for the other. So anywhere it's sticking out, you want to push it in. And if you keep doing that, eventually you will have a perfect cylinder, or as close to perfection as Monday morning will allow. Okay, so here is my cylinder. It's got some tape wounds all over it, but it's pretty close. Okay, and there it is. Have a nice day.